What's going on, you guys? It's Shiraz Ahmed coming at you with some more financial and business content. Have you ever noticed how stocks tend to go up in the month of January? In today's video, I'm going to be going over a concept called the January effect. What is it and how this may or may not apply to your portfolio? So stay tuned. Okay, for those of you who aren't familiar with me, first off, Happy New Year. My name is Shiraz Ahmed. I'm a financial advisor and associate portfolio manager with Sartorial Wealth of Raymond James, located in Toronto, Canada. I'm a cross-border licensed advisor, which means I work with families across both Canada and the United States and abroad, frankly. And in today's video, I wanted to go over a concept called the January effect, which is a phenomenon where stocks have historically rose in the month of January. Before I get too deep into it, if you could please smash that like and subscribe button, it really does help the algorithm pick up content creators like me. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll actually be notified next time I upload a piece of content, which is typically every single week. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, the January effect, what is it? Well, in its most basic terms, it's exactly as it sounds. It is a phenomenon where in the month of January, stocks have historically risen in that month, or it's been a positive month from a rate of return standpoint. Now, I got to put a star beside that statement because depending on what types of securities, so different indices and different investments tend to perform better than others, obviously. But more specifically, we found, and studies have found, that smaller capitalization, so small and mid-cap stocks, tend to outperform in that month. Now, that being said, it is not always the case. This isn't a hard, fast rule, just like with any of the sort of calendar or related phenomenon. But the January effect has historically been statistically significant. So from a period of 1928 to 2018, it actually rose, the S&P 500 rose 62% of the time in the month of January. So it was a positive month, 62% of the time. And over sort of a 50-year period, the average rate of return in the month of January is just shy of 1%, it's 0.97%. So is it knocking it out of the park? No, but is it statistically significant? Yes. And some years, even 2019, for example, was actually almost a 9% return in the month of January. So it can be really significant if you play your cards right and you own certain types of securities. So it's something to really be mindful of. Okay, so let's get into a little bit about the causality, or why the January effect happens. And there's multiple reasons. One of the primary ones is a concept referred to as tax loss selling. And that's a whole other can of worms that we can talk about in another video. But in its highest form, tax loss selling is a concept where investors in their taxable accounts try to offset their capital gains by selling certain securities as well and try to match them up to whatever degree to neutralize whatever taxable event could happen in that year. So as a net result, what we find is that people are typically liquidating some of their gains that they would have in a year to help sort of offset some of the losses. And by doing so, it creates an opportunity for people to redeploy their capital shortly after the holidays into the new year. And that's part of the reason why January tends to be a slightly positive month. It's also theorized as well that part of this is due to sort of the high people can sometimes come off of the holidays from and have a degree of optimism, sort of that whole new year, new me concept. Just the same reason why gyms typically get packed is another real reason why the investment portfolios tend to see a little bit of a bump at the beginning of the year. Now, December has actually historically been a fairly good month as well. In fact, from October through to December are a fairly strong time period for investing in stocks. November being one of the, frankly, best months throughout the year, just historically speaking. But again, these things are not hard, fast rules, right? They're random to a degree, but we've seen that on average, January does tend to be one of the best months of the year to invest. Another point to note when it comes to the January effect is that we're actually seeing it become less relevant as time progresses. So, going back 50, 60 years ago, it was pretty pronounced, the January effect. And that's partially due to the fact that at the time, people were investing more and more of their funds inside of non-retirement assets. But in today's day and age, people are actually using sheltered or tax sheltered accounts, frankly, as much as possible. And the amounts that you can actually shelter are fairly significant at this stage, depending on how long you've been investing. So the use of taxable accounts is becoming less prevalent, which is part of the reason why the January effect is being less significant, at least in developed markets like in North America and in parts of Europe. However, in certain frontier and developing markets around the world, it's still fairly significant. So depending on what you own and where you own it, you may still see a little bit of a bump at the beginning of the year. That's kind of the January effect sort of summarized. It is just a phenomenon where stocks tend to go up. It is statistically significant in that 62% of the time the S&P 500 has seen a positive rate of return in the month of January. And it's averaging around just shy of 1% rate of return over that time period. And the last thing is that it really is becoming less statistically significant as time progresses. And that's due to a lot of reasons, as I've already mentioned. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Is this something that you've seen as a phenomenon in your portfolio? Have you found that January's been a good month for you? I'd love to hear feedback from you. I'll put my contact information at the end of this video. And as always, I really appreciate the feedback and the support. If you could please smash that like and subscribe button, as it really does help me out. And until next time, take care, guys. Bye for now.